520L, same sizing as the other 520L, except the cockpit is slightly
longer. Or shorter. One, yeah, but longer than this.
Yeah, shorter on this one, seat lower, handles again are here. On your ordering process, you will see that you can choose no handles, handles on the left, handle on the right, or both handles. So some people will just want one handle and they carry on that side, and other people will want both handles, and so it's possible to do it all the way. Same features for the handles. Everything else remains the same, except that the hull is completely different. And
obviously we changed the back here. This is obviously the new round, so less problems. We haven't had much. The other one also just broke off. Easier to put on, and we haven't had any problems with these ones. Huh?
No, because they are round. So the other ones were, because they were longer, there was more stress on this one. Okay, so 520L, and then we move on to our best. The other boat. Okay, I was like, is he already pal? Who run away with the new boat? Okay, so who's gonna go on the 520L? The same, longer cockpit as the old 520 XXL, lower seat. This one we made it with no handle, so people can also see how it looks with nothing. There is a couple of them we will see with just one side handle, and people can decide. This is yeah, 9. No, this is under 10. This is under 10.
You can keep it a handle.
Okay, so you can. Again, if you put the handles on and the side handles, then it will go up a little bit. It's not that the handles are going to be that much heavier, but they still are. Okay? So one important thing, the handles in the front and the back will probably not be something you can put after. Okay? So this is something when you order, you must decide, do I want handles in the front or not? In the front and back. The side handles you can buy without, and then you just buy them in the shop and you put them, because the other thing is that you can buy, when you order, you can decide left, right, both, none, or unglued, right? You know? Yeah. Or unglued, meaning you can have a pile of them at home. If you just say no, I don't put, and then if the customer wants, we'll put them, or no. Or you can have it pre-assembled. But you can always get the handles, even if you're not planning on using them. Okay.
What kind of glue do you use for the side handles?
Just a normal epoxy. Yeah, epoxy. Yeah.
Yeah. So you can actually put the you can use the same peel rivets. You can actually do it, but again, I wouldn't do it. You can actually do those peel rivets.
No,
but it's, I mean, I wouldn't do it.
Not on composites, no. Because the thing is that to have handles here, we need to strengthen a lot more this area. Probably put aluminum plate where you rivet to. Okay, if it's not here, then it can be a liability. That's why I'm saying the standard is without, and you can put on if you want.
Still reinforcement behind the rubber?
Yeah, that is still the same.
Aluminum plate still?
Yeah.
It's this big. Okay?
Good.
So everything else is staying the same. So Peter is going to go on the 520 XXL. This is his weapon of choice. Okay, now we go to a new one. So it's not finished, okay, but it can be paddled. Okay. The 540 is, as the name saying, something in between the 520 and the 550. Okay, so we felt that there was a bit of a gap in between the 520 and the 550. There was people that were feeling way too comfortable on the 520, and now they're gonna feel even more, because this 520 is a lot more stable than the older 520. So then they would feel like, okay, this is too much, but maybe the 550 looks too shaky for them, okay? And that's where the 540 falls in. In terms of whole concept, it's exactly the same, and there is no better way to describe that. It's a hybrid 520 aiming to be a 550. Okay, it falls straight in the middle in terms of stability, in terms of width, and this is the 540L. This is one of the boats that I want to have feedback on, even if the baler is not working, but the paddle here, it should be okay. Okay, so this is the very first production boat. Okay, so we need you to give us some feedback on how it feels, and then from your feedback we will be adding the smaller and the bigger size, but we just wanted to make sure that this is what you are looking for. So who wants to try this one? Anders will take this one. Just my guys will make sure that they cover this, otherwise it will be a very short ride for you. I mean, extremely short. Like, you know, okay, I will just tell a small story. The first time we made a ski, the very first ski, it was a prototype, all with foam, everything. Okay, so it was like styrofoam, all glassed around. Okay, so me and Nelo and Johnny brought it over to the water. Okay, here we go, first ever ski made. Okay, a little bit nervous, sit down, and the thing just folded in two, like literally 1 second. As I said, and it just, okay, I just get like full scissors. But okay, those are times that are long gone, but make sure we put something out there, otherwise you will have the same experience. Okay, 540, no handles in the front, or with, unless someone, okay, in the limit someone can order a 560 with front handles, but this one is not about to have handles, it's about to have side handles. Even this being the L is still pretty easy boat to carry around like this. It's narrow enough, it's very square under, and then very flat, as you can see here. So here is almost flat. Normally this boat, if it followed the normal lines, it would be like this wide, okay, and then it would end up being almost a 520. Okay, so there is this here. Of course, when you talk about the secondary stability, it's still going to be better than a 550, but it's going to be worse than a 520, where this line keeps going out. So when you are almost falling in, this one will not be here and you can actually fall in. But this area here is much more flat than the 550, so you will be more stable. No? Okay, so 540, Anders is on that one for now. Okay, because again we want to hear the feedback on this more let's say
beginner racer,
intermediate boat. So we have the 540, we have the 550, the 560s and the 520s are like the anchor models. This is the racing fleet or the expert fleet, that is the more intermediate paddler fleet, and the 510s are the absolute beginners. Between the 540 and the 550, we need your opinion on this in terms of sizing, in terms of this, to see how we develop onto the bigger and smaller size. And of course, even your feedback on, is there a market for the bigger and smaller, or is one size fits all the way to go on these more intermediate boats? Okay, so the 550 is like every other model, more stable than the old 550, slightly shorter cockpit because the other one was really long. So even Oscar had like this much in front of his footrest. So this one, Oscar will only have like this much. Okay, so the big guys will be closer to the end. That's good, less water in, everything works nice. Same concept, so big concave under your feet to hold the boat, and then big convex under here, and then a big concave here to grip the boat onto the water, and at the same time do that through the acceleration of the pressure. Okay, this one has one side handle, okay, for example. So for a pro or for a very specific customer that says I always carry it on this side no matter what, then he can have one side. You know. For me,
95% of the people carry it on the left-hand side.
For me, it's still, except for the 520, it's still, this is the best way. And actually, these are now like special. These 550s and the 540 and the 520. The angle here makes it pretty comfortable to carry the boat like this, but the handle gives it the extra comfort if you're not strong enough. I'm kidding.
Or if you paddle for 3 hours and you've got slippery hands and slippery boat, it's pretty nice to have.
Okay, so this is the 550. We pass on to the racing fleet. 20L. This boat is now a little bit smaller than the previous L. Okay, because we have an XXL. So in terms of the length, leg length, in terms of the boat itself, it's slightly smaller than the previous L. So this one now falls into somewhere between 75 to 90 kilos. Okay, when we had only the L, this one had to take people as big as Oscar with 130 kilos. No, he didn't.
The cream arm even getting better. It's only wasting away.
So we had to have a boat that fitted pretty much a really wide range of people. Right now that is not necessary because we have the Cc Xxl that will have like the bigger, longer length, more volume, weight. Okay. So this is the 560L. We have plenty of this. So Gonzalo, you can take this. Gonzalo. Okay. Bailey, you take this. Gonzalo, depois se quiseres ir nessa ali outro. 560 XXL is bigger than the old 560L. Bigger. More volume in the front. Slightly wider seat. And definitely longer leg length measurements, okay? So this is the one for Peter after he tries the 520. This one is for you, Will, especially for you. There is a small hole here, but you should be okay. Yeah. No, we will put the glass here so you can see the fishes. That's the plan, okay? So 560 XXL. This is the biggest boat we ever made for downwind. It's of course an expert boat for top paddlers that are, you know, comfortable with balance and that need a big boat, or any other smallish paddler that feels more comfortable in having a super big boat, because the leg length is long, but it will still be enough for a 1m78 or 1m80 paddler. Okay? Not for me, but for someone taller, but it's only 80 kilos, but feels more comfortable in a bigger boat. You can use this one. Okay? So this is it for the 560s. This was enough. Let me just, as we finish here, we have one more boat for you guys to see before we can change. 46 XXL that already existed on the kayak version and now exists on the ski version as well. Same thing, it can have the side handles compared to the other one, 2 centimeters more volume, slightly deeper seat, and that's it. Okay? And this is the Viper 46 XL. No. This is exactly the same boat. Okay? This has not been changed. So the Viper ski has been surprisingly successful. We have sold, I'm not sure if the guys here have sold many, but around the world we have sold many of these, and that is why we decided to make the bigger version, because I recognize that the normal 46 for someone over or close to 90 kilos, it can struggle on any small wave, it will get wet, blah blah blah. So on this one it will be more comfortable. Okay?
Peter, John didn't even go into the small one as this side.
Peter, you can try this as well.
Okay, because he did the other one in the big waves.
Okay, so guys, lunch is booked for 1 o'clock, just there. So now we have 1.5 hours or 1 hour and 20 minutes for the guys that want to go out paddling now.